Hello, dear colleagues, teachers, parents, and students. Welcome to our channel. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to receive notifications about our new videos. Today, we will talk about a problem that many students face. Sometimes they may not even realize that they have a problem. Have you ever thought about how to help your students when they start to have problems? Do you know how to get them to take the first step to seek help? Would you know how to accompany them? Stay until the end to find out how our protagonist deals with all this. In a quiet and pleasant neighborhood in the city, there lived a 13-year-old student named Joanna who liked to draw and read fantasy books. She was a cheerful and kind girl who everyone thought was happy and had no problems. However, Joanna was hiding something. Lately, she had been feeling tired, unable to concentrate, and distant from her friends. Every time she went to school, her stomach would tighten. She felt anxious without knowing why and was too ashamed to talk to anyone about it. If I tell someone, they'll think I'm weak, she thought. Joanna didn't realize that what she was going through were psychosomatic symptoms of anxiety, something very common among adolescents. She believed she just had to deal with it on her own. One afternoon during her arts class, Mr. Antones, her teacher, who was trained in psychoeducation, noticed that Joanna wasn't as energetic as usual. With tact, he told her, "Joanna, if you ever want to talk about something that worries you, I'm here. You don't have to go through everything alone." Those words stayed in Joanna's mind for hours. That same evening, she went to her mother and for the first time said, "Mom, I haven't been feeling well lately. I don't know what's wrong. I need help." Her mother hugged her and said, "I'm so glad you told me, my love. It's important to talk about how you feel." We'll get to the bottom of this. The next day, they went to see a child psychologist together. At first, Joanna felt uncomfortable, but the psychologist listened to her with understanding and without judging her. Joanna opened up and talked about everything she had been hiding. She learned that the anxiety she was feeling was not a sign of weakness, but a signal from her body and mind that she needed care. During the sessions, through games, conversations, and creative exercises, Joanna started to understand herself better. She learned about the emotional cycle and how unexplained physical symptoms can be a result of intense internal stress. She also learned that mental health is just as important as physical health. She began to recognize when her red flag was going up, when she isolated herself, when she started to criticize herself, when she no longer wanted to do the things she loved. Together with the psychologist, they created a list of warning signs and self-care steps. For example, when Joanna felt a warning sign, she knew that talking to her mother or a friend could help, as well as doing something she liked, like drawing or reading a book. Joanna realized that it is okay to ask for support and that she didn't have to solve everything on her own. This experience had a huge impact on her life. She was able to control her emotions and the physical symptoms that bothered her so much. She felt stronger and more confident, both emotionally and mentally. This story teaches us an important lesson. Children's well-being is not something that just happens. It's something that is cultivated. Our attitudes and actions as educators, parents, and members of society have a direct impact on the mental health of children and adolescents. By promoting a culture of empathy, respect, and psychological support, we can help young people develop into emotionally healthy and resilient adults. If you are a student, remember that you are not alone in facing challenges. Asking for help and support is a sign of strength, not weakness. Talk to your family, friends, teachers, or seek professional help when you need it. Your mental health is important, and there are people who care about you and want to help. If you are a parent or educator, remember that children and adolescents need emotional support and guidance to develop healthy minds and bodies. Be patient, understanding, and respectful, and seek professional help when necessary. Every child deserves a chance to grow up emotionally healthy and strong. Now, let's discuss some aspects related to the story. What are some ways we can help children and adolescents become more self? How can we encourage them to recognize their emotions and express themselves freely? How can we create a supportive environment where young people feel safe to share their feelings and ask for help? How can we promote empathy, respect, and non-judgmental listening among students, parents, and educators? In today's society, mental health issues are still stigmatized, and many people, especially young people, hesitate to seek help or talk about their problems. They may fear being judged or seen as weak, which can worsen their condition and lead to risky behaviors. Therefore, it is crucial to create an environment of trust and mutual support where young people feel comfortable sharing their experiences without fear of being stigmatized. If you are a student, remember that seeking help and support is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. Talking about your feelings and problems with your family, friends, teachers, or seeking professional help can make a huge difference in how you feel. Your mental health is essential, and there are people who care about you and want to help. If you are a parent or educator, remember that children and adolescents need emotional support and guidance to develop healthy minds and bodies. Be patient, understanding, and respectful, and seek professional help when necessary. Every child deserves a chance to grow up emotionally healthy and strong. Now let us analyze the main themes of the story and reflect on how they apply to our daily lives. Emotional health is just as important as physical health. Our thoughts, feelings, and actions are interconnected and influence each other. When we face challenges or stressful situations, it's normal to experience a range of emotions such as sadness, anger, fear, or anxiety. However, it's essential to learn how to manage and express these emotions in a healthy way. Suppressing or avoiding them can lead to physical symptoms or emotional distress. Therefore, it's important to seek support and understanding from those around us and even professionals when necessary. By taking care of our emotional health, we improve our overall quality of life and our ability to face challenges in a positive and constructive way. Asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Many times we feel ashamed or afraid to admit that we need help, believing that it makes us look weak or incapable. However, seeking help and support is a sign of strength and maturity. Recognizing our limitations and asking for help is essential to overcome challenges and achieve our goals. Whether it's asking a friend for support, talking to a family member, or seeking professional help, there is no shame in reaching out for help when we need it. Remember that everyone needs help at some point in their lives, and that asking for it does not make us weaker, but more resilient and capable. Self-care is essential for our well-being. Taking care of ourselves means paying attention to our physical, emotional, and mental health. It's essential to establish routines that promote our well-being, such as eating healthily, practicing physical activity, getting enough sleep, and dedicating time to hobbies and leisure. Taking care of ourselves allows us to face daily challenges with more energy and resilience. And it is also important to be aware of our limitations and know how to say no when necessary. Self-care is not selfish, but an act of love towards ourselves and those around us. As we have seen throughout this story, emotional health is an essential aspect of human development and well-being. By understanding and taking care of our emotions, we are better prepared to face life's challenges, build healthy relationships, and achieve our goals. It's important to remember that asking for help and support is not a sign of weakness, but of strength, and that self-care is essential for our overall well-being. As a community, we must promote empathy, respect, and non-judgmental listening to create an environment where young people feel safe and comfortable sharing their feelings and seeking help when they need it. Only then will we be able to help them develop into emotionally healthy and resilient adults. We hope you enjoyed the story and the reflection, and invite you to continue sharing your experiences and opinions in the comments. See you in the next video. Goodbye.